Welcome to PH Insight. Know the force behind the flag. Whether it's warships, fighter jets, or the next big defense move, if it matters to Philippine security, it's here. In the shifting tides of naval modernization across Asia, Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force, JMSDF, is preparing to retire some of its trusted surface combatants. These ships, which once stood at the front line of Japan's Cold War maritime defense, may soon find a second life in the waters of Southeast Asia. Among the countries quietly watching this development is the Philippines, whose navy is in the middle of its most ambitious transformation in history. According to credible defense sources, Tokyo is studying which regional partners could benefit from acquiring its outgoing Asagiri-class destroyers, veteran warships that still carry respectable capabilities even in today's contested seas. And among the potential recipients, the Philippines stands out. Manila's long-running naval modernization program, shaped by both necessity and strategy, is now seriously weighing the prospects of integrating these ships into its growing fleet. Introduced during the 1980s, the JMSDF's Asagiri-class destroyers were originally conceived to strengthen Japan's anti-submarine warfare (ASW) capacity at a time when Soviet submarines prowled the Pacific. Displacing around 3,500 tons standard and over 4,000 tons fully loaded, these ships were built with versatility in mind. They could escort convoys, hunt submarines, and provide limited-area air defense, all while carrying helicopters, advanced sonar systems, and surface-to-air missiles. 8 ships were built, each boasting speed, endurance, and a balanced mix of weapons. For much of the late 20th century, they were regarded as some of the most capable medium-sized destroyers in East Asia. Over the decades, the Asagiri-class did not remain static. Through continuous upgrades, particularly in their combat systems and electronics, they retained relevance well into the 21st century. Still, with Japan now introducing more advanced platforms like the Mogami-class frigates, the Asagiri destroyers are gradually being phased out. For the JMSDF, modernization means letting go of ships that once formed the backbone of its fleet. For the Philippines, however, this retirement cycle may present an unexpected opportunity. The Philippine Navy, PN, has long struggled with aging assets and limited capability. For decades, the fleet relied on hand-me-down vessels from the United States, including World War II-era destroyer escorts that only recently exited service. But with rising tensions in the West Philippine Sea, Manila has made naval modernization a national security priority. Under Republic Act 10349, or the revised AFP modernization program, the Navy is pursuing a more balanced fleet capable of defending maritime claims, projecting limited power, and cooperating with allies in the region. Acquiring large, multi-role surface combatants is a central part of this effort. For Manila, the prospect of receiving upgraded Asagiri-class destroyers is attractive. Unlike the Navy's current Jose Rizal-class frigates or older Del Pilar-class patrol frigates, the Asagiris were designed as destroyers, meaning they carry heavier armament, larger sensors, and most importantly, facilities to operate helicopters for extended anti-submarine missions. A naval source described the interest bluntly. For the Philippine Navy, this is about more than just acquiring ships. It's about learning higher-level surface combat operations and integrating with a regional partner's logistics system. In other words, the transfer would not only fill immediate capability gaps but also push the Philippine Navy up the ladder in terms of training, doctrine, and joint interoperability with advanced navies like Japan's. Yet, the Asagiri-class is not without its issues. One of the biggest challenges lies in its propulsion system. Unlike many frigates that run on a combination of diesel and gas turbines, the Asagiris rely entirely on Kawasaki Rolls-Royce SM-1A gas turbines. This gives them blistering speed and responsiveness, comparable to sports cars on water, but also makes them expensive to operate. Gas turbines burn significantly more fuel than diesel engines, and for a navy with limited operational budgets, this could quickly become unsustainable. As one defense analyst put it, Operating gas turbine-only ships can be a challenge for a navy with limited resources. It's like driving a sports car every day. Fast and powerful, but expensive to maintain. This factor cannot be ignored. The Philippine Navy has historically struggled with sustainment. Even when it acquires capable platforms, the costs of fuel, spare parts, and maintenance sometimes limit how often those ships can actually sail. This reality makes Tokyo's other potential offer, smaller, more fuel-efficient warships, an equally compelling option. Alongside the Asagiris, Japan also operates the Abukuma-class destroyer escorts, introduced in the late 1980s. At around 2,000 tons displacement, they are smaller than the Asagiris but still capable surface combatants designed for escort and patrol duties. Crucially, they use a combined diesel and diesel (CODAD) propulsion system, making them far more fuel efficient. For Manila, this difference is significant. While the Abukumas may lack the heavy armament or large helicopter decks of the Asagiris, they offer something perhaps more important in the long run: sustainability. The ability to keep ships operating regularly, without burning through the defense budget, is a strategic advantage. If the Philippines were to receive even a few Abukuma-class vessels, it could expand its fleet size quickly while also building experience in modern sustainment practices, maintaining, repairing, and operating warships effectively with Japanese logistical support. Such a transfer would deepen practical cooperation with Tokyo, laying the groundwork for stronger future acquisitions. In 2023, Japan and the Philippines signed agreements on defense equipment transfer and began negotiating a reciprocal access agreement, RAA, that would allow Japanese forces to train and operate in Philippine territory. Within this framework, offering JMSDF vessels makes perfect sense. A Japanese defense official was quoted as saying, "A stronger Philippine Navy contributes to a stronger regional balance." The symbolism of such a transfer is powerful. It signals Japan's willingness to step beyond its traditional security posture and become a more active player in supporting regional partners. For the Philippines, it demonstrates that its modernization path is not being walked alone, but in close cooperation with allies who have both the resources and the political will to help. Today, the Philippine Navy is undergoing a historic transformation, from a force once limited to coastal patrols into one that aspires to regional reach. This transition is not just about hardware, it is about doctrine, training, and partnerships. Acquiring Asagiri-class destroyers would give Manila large deck, helicopter-capable warships immediately, plugging a gap in its current fleet. On the other hand, acquiring Abukuma-class destroyer escorts would provide a more cost-effective, sustainable expansion, teaching valuable lessons in long-term logistics and fleet management. Both options come with trade-offs. The Asagiris bring speed and firepower but demand higher operational budgets. The Abukumas bring efficiency and sustainability but less striking capability. Either way, both represent a significant leap forward compared to what the Philippine Navy fields today. As of now, no final decision has been announced. Negotiations, technical assessments, and political considerations remain ongoing. What is certain, however, is that Japan's retired warships could soon play a critical role in shaping the Philippines' maritime modernization journey. Whether Manila opts for the firepower of the Asagiri-class or the efficiency of the Abukuma-class, the strategic impact will be felt for decades. Each choice reflects not only operational needs but also broader questions about budget sustainability, alliance building, and the country's role in the contested waters of the South China Sea. As the West Philippine Sea grows more contested, the Philippine Navy's ability to project power and safeguard national sovereignty will depend not only on acquiring new platforms but also on forging deeper defense partnerships.